Well, first of all, I want to get on all of you. You're on my naughty list because you ordered all of the walnut chocolate brownies and there aren't any more available. So I'm upset with all of you. I know you're hoarding. So and Judy was the one. And anyway, first I'll give you a little background here. This is a screenshot. Can you see that?
Yes.
All right. That's a screenshot of last Christmas. I'm whipping my son's tail in pool. And that's what I looked like at the beginning of the year. I weighed about 220 or 225 pounds. Okay. So just trying to get a little reference here. This is, now I did an Isabody challenge in the summer, I guess, late spring, summer, once I got over COVID. And so I went from 220, I think I started at 222 on that challenge and got down to 196. So this time I started out at 196. So these are the, so here's the before when I started. On August 22nd, I weighed 196 pounds. This is yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
Now, the key is, which I think we don't talk a lot about, is I only lost 11 pounds, or actually less than 11 pounds. I lost about 10 and a half pounds. I weighed 185.8. I started at 196.7. So I guess I lost 11. But it's the change in shape. And I think sometimes on Isabody challenges, we talked, and I still got hung up. I mean, Kathy, how many times did I get on the scale every day? 5 or 6 times a day. I mean, so I was obsessed with why am I not losing or am I losing or whatever. And maybe other than the fact that my pants started getting baggy and I had to switch to a smaller belt to hold my pants up. And eventually this last month, I've had to buy a smaller size pants. I was wearing, at the beginning of the year, I was wearing a 38 waist, blue jean. I was wearing 36 and couldn't hardly get in them when I started the challenge in August. I'm now wearing a 34 and it's baggy. It's starting to get baggy in the waist. So it was more of a transformation of shape really than a weight loss. Because once you get to a certain, okay, here it is without the timestamp on it. So that's yesterday. And this is when I started. I mean, even in the neck area, if you can see it, I mean, obviously that, and you'll see that more here on the side shot. So that was when I started. And this was yesterday. I'm the leaning tower here. But I mean, obviously this area here, but even up in here, there's significant change. And again, I only lost 11 pounds, but see the width here? Watch this here on the width, just to the shoulder width here. When I click this photo up, there's a marked difference. It slopes more instead of going straight out. There's more definition. So, and I was hung up on the weight too. So, and wasn't noticing as much the change in, let me see, stop sharing. The change in the body shape. Kathy noticed, but you know, she kept telling me my pants are baggy. I'm like, no, they're not. Differences, I opted out of the judging, okay? That means my challenge is over because I'm not going to be in the judging period. I've done my weight, I did my BV requirement, and I submitted my pictures. I'm done. The instant I hit submit, within 5 minutes, and then they say 24 hours, but within 5 minutes, the $200 coupon was in Kathy's back office. And that night I spent it. I went ahead and got, I tried to get chocolate brownie walnut snacks, but I settled for bars. And also I did get, you didn't ship them out of caramel brulee. So I did get one of those just to see what that's like. But it was so much easier mentally. I mean, they gave me updates, the app, and I'm glad Elisabeth mentioned that. The app would give, hey, it's been 1 month. How you doing? Hey, time to send in your 1 month statistics, your 2 month statistics. And it wasn't, didn't have to go to your planner, your calendar, your phone sending off an alarm. Made it very easy. I did plateau though, and I think this is an important aspect of the Isabody challenge now with the Facebook. And by the way, if you send someone to the Facebook Isabody challenge group, let them know that those pictures are not necessarily, this is what I looked like before I started this challenge, and this is what I look like now. I was getting frustrated to a degree because I would see these people that have lost 150 pounds. They went from being really overweight to, I mean, sculpted. And I'm like, how'd you do that in 2 months? I mean, I know you had a lot of extra weight to lose than I did, but to go from that to this, I'm like, I added a quarter of an inch. I mean, it's like, that's it. And I've been lifting weights every day and whatever. So then I finally realized one of the guys finally went, this is my 8th challenge. Look at the difference. His first picture was when he started 8 challenges ago. And the next picture was what he looks like today, because it's a process. It's not a one challenge. It's not a one episode. And that's the mentality you get into, is that it's challenge after challenge after challenge after challenge. Where did you start? So for me, I started at 225 in my head, and I'm down to 185. So to me, in this year, I've done 2 challenges. I've lost 40 pounds.
That's
I've
good.
gone from 38 to 34 waist, extra large shirts to, if a medium is not tailor cut, I can get a medium. This is a large, and you see it's starting to fall off the shoulder a little bit. It's down here. This large was up here.
Wow.
So, but the app makes it so much easier. The Isabody challenge group on Facebook is inspiring. You like and comment, because you get people, I'm frustrated, my cleanse didn't work, or I didn't lose any weight this week. And you just get encouragement, keep it going. That first couple of weeks, you don't see anything on the scale. The scale lies all the time. Have you noticed any dress size changes? Have you noticed any tightening? Have you noticed blah, blah? Has anyone mentioned anything? And you get encouragement that way, which was different than when I did them before. You didn't have that Facebook group. And it just, I mean, it is a better overall experience. I kept at it. Now, this last month, I didn't cleanse at all in that last month, and I didn't feel guilty about it. I mean, Thanksgiving, I enjoyed Thanksgiving. A little too much pumpkin pie. But, you know, but I tell you what, when you do this every day, I don't know, how many times do you step on the scale, ladies? I mean, when you're doing it 4 and 5 times a day because you're in a challenge, and as guys, we're competitive, we're going against ourselves. After Thanksgiving, I put on a pound. The scale went up. I went, and let me get right back to that. And like kept finishing off the pumpkin pie, the slice went from that to this, and just got a taste of it. But it was a good experience. I'm very pleased with it. I'm looking forward to the next one. The cleanse days, there's another difference, Elisabeth. As you go through these challenges and your body responds to the products, and it starts needing the products, as opposed to I need to do this for me. Your body's saying, that's good stuff, I need it. And it's telling you, as you do that, the cleanse days were nothing. Whereas before, it was like, drink the cleanse drink, eat the snack, go lay down because I have no energy because I'm not eating anything. And then wake up, drink, and then go lay down again. Because I was, and I'm like, Kathy, how many more hours? Like, officially at midnight, can I eat something because the cleanse day is over? You know, this time, twice on a cleanse day, I've mowed the lawn. So they were nothing. I was looking forward, and it wasn't like, okay, I've got 18 minutes and 32 seconds left before I can eat the apple. I mean, I used to like be counting down. I missed a couple of apples because I didn't need it. And it wasn't, and it was more mental than anything else. So the body did need a snack at that time, but mentally I didn't need it. And that was another big change. I think that's about it. Kathy, you can think of anything?
When you placed that order last night,
I actually placed the order.
what was the surprise at the end that we both were so excited about?
Okay, so you do the $200 coupon, and I did 6 bars, which I don't know, it was like 160 something, 170 something, but I did 6 of them. So then I did the cream brulee thing, and so it came out to $212.
So you got the extra 10%.
So then when we checked out, I got 10% off for ordering the 6, and then we got the 25% off because we're regular or whatever. We do the Isabody delivery. So it was free delivery.
Yeah.
So that 6 boxes of bars and a cream brulee cost with tax. So then you pay tax. So it was $11, but you pay tax on the $11, not the $200.
Yeah.
So
the
original tax was like $8 or something.
No,
the
18.
tax ended up $18.
Yeah.
It ended up being 98 cents.
Yeah.
The tax was 98 cents.
Yeah.
So that was the big surprise. You pay tax on what you actually spend and order.
So in essence,
not on the 200. So in essence, you saved even more than 200.
Yeah.
That order would have been 220 something. Instead, it was 11. So you end up even getting more than the 200 because of the tax savings. So that was a nice surprise. Judy, you had a question.
Yep. I had a question. That one left, but I got another one.
Okay.
Okay, so you mentioned that, but I haven't been able to get into my app lately, even my Penny app, and that. Which app is that you're seeing that on? Because I know from the past I could see it. So I went into the IsaLife, and I see lifestyle orders. I see one-time order, but I think it's time for my husband to close out too, and I don't want him to miss out on his $200.
No, actually, I use. We're probably going to sign me up here eventually.
Here it is.
Shortly. I actually do the Isabody challenge under Kathy. So all the emails and notices, and they actually, not only does the app send you a little notification down here, and I get a notification across my screen, they're emailing Kathy. Kathy gets emails from the company. So they're double. That's another change, Elisabeth. You used to just get the emails. And if you missed the email, boom. But now the company's sending an email and the app is sending a notification. So you're getting double, sort of like double, whatever y'all call that, double PIB. You're getting a double notification so that you don't miss it. So Kathy, but because I'm under Kathy, I entered this under Kathy's app, so to speak. Kathy gets the emails and then she forwards them to me. Then I go into the app or go into the website and do what I need to do. Monthly stats. I won't share the screen on this. I'll just read it. In August, my arm, which is, y'all can see me full screen, right? I have, so you just do the bicep like this. This was 13 when I started. The first month, I didn't do any weights at all. So when I finished, it was 14. So it went 13, 13 and a half, 13 and 3/4 to 14. Those are my 4 measurements. The rear end, which is just around was 41 and 41 and a half. Then, so that, wait a minute, I gained a 1/2 inch in my rear end. What's up with that? So that's one of the reasons you need encouragement with other Isabody challenge people or consultants like you, because, hey, that'll happen. Watch, just wait. Okay. This isn't the Isabody challenge is 4 months for a reason. Your body's going to react differently at where you're at in your Isabody journey, I think. Mine probably reacted quicker, but it may not. And then of course you've got a lot of excess weight. You're going to drop those quickly, and then the rest of you may take a while to firm up or whatever. So my rear end went from 40 to 41 and a half to 39 and a half to 39. So again, don't look at that intermediate. It went 41 to 39. So I lost 2 inches, and that was right around the backside. The chest under the armpits across here. Now I had the man issue here. It didn't really change much. 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 42, 41. Okay. So I did. And I guarantee you all of that is this area right here, because I purposely came right across here because these were getting a little too big. Thigh didn't do much, 20, 21 and a half, 21, 21, or 20 and a half. So again, I didn't do a whole lot of leg work other than bouncing and running. And also it got cold in December and I didn't run much. So I really am not surprised at the plateau because it's all on me. Here was a big one, waist. Now waist, I didn't go around the belt area here. I went around here. And I think that's one thing when you talk to people about the Isabody challenge, waist, they're going to come down. Well, what is my belt? That belt wasn't where I was worried about. I had this area right under my rib cage where the ribs separate, right here, pooched out, and it was solid, pooch out. So I measured my waist across here because this is the area I wanted to look at. That went 43, 39, 38, 38.
Wow.
So that's 5 inches off of that area. And that's the biggest difference when I do the profile that you don't see anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the strengthening of the belly itself, that belly part, I couldn't do anything with it. It was there. I couldn't suck in your gut. I had no control over those muscles at all. I do now. I mean, I can like this and it'll poach out some, but I can sit here without effort and those muscles have now re-engaged. So I can hold my stomach in or do those little exercises like in, out, while I'm sitting here and just giving a little bit of exercise. And then the last thing was weight, 196.5. Then I went 192, 186.5, 186.2 was my final. And actually today I weigh 185.7. So it's still on the downward swing. But you see that first one, 196 to 192, the big one to me was the 190. When I started running a lot, then it went 192 to 186 when you incorporated the exercise. That's where you saw that go down as well.
So on the cleanse, you were talking about how much easier it is. So I've noticed for several years how much more energy I have when I'm on the cleanse day.
Yeah.
So when I mentioned that to the lady at the Mercy Hospital, she's like, really? I wonder why that is. And I said, I don't know. Maybe it's because my food's not churning up, my stomach's not churning up food or something. I don't know. But what I noticed from, I don't know if you were on here when I shared about how Robert's first cleanse, like 13 years ago, he was in the chair just moaning and groaning because he was off of his Dr. Peppers and all that.
Yeah, me too.
And he was moaning and groaning. But now we both have so much energy, and he even looks forward to it. We did a 2-day cleanse a few days ago. And, I mean, we actually look forward to it. We have energy, and it's not a big thing, like you said.
That's a big – I used to dread them. Oh, gosh, that's coming up. As a matter of fact – and Kathy probably doesn't know this. Sometimes I would binge eat the day before the cleanse. Just like I'll store it up because I got to cleanse tomorrow. But for some reason I wasn't feeling well or something came up where Kathy told me I probably should skip a cleanse. And I was mad. I was like, no, today's a cleanse day. I need to cleanse. That is the program. Sweetheart. Your body doesn't need a cleanse today. It's reacting to something. And so she had to lovingly say, skip your cleanse. And then it hit me a couple of days later. I went, Kathy just had to talk me out of doing a cleanse instead of get a collar, dragging to the kitchen to do the cleanse, which she used to have to do. Elisabeth, these are pants that are not stretch. Okay. I had to buy all stretch pants. All right. So I'll do this here. These are pants that I could not get into when I started the challenge. They are not stretch, okay? So here, I've got that much room. Can you see that? So unfortunately, Kathy, all my 34s are dirty, so I have to go to the dentist today wearing these baggy, look at this. I could not get into these pants.
Wear the dirty pants.
So that's what these pants are like.
The two words that stood out to me the most, you used the word journey and lifestyle. And that's
because I've been around you too much. But it's true. It's true.
That's what we have to instill in people to help them stick it out. And on the cleanse days, I'll share with you why I believe the cleansing is so difficult in the beginning and easier in the later. And that's because after observing hundreds of live blood analysis, I know that your blood can be clogged up or it can be free flowing. So obviously when we're first starting cleanse, it's going to be full of garbage. I mean, it is. It's just full of garbage. And later, it isn't going to be as full of garbage.
And I do want to add something for people who don't know me, who might be watching this, and I have fun and joke around a lot. I kind of made a joke there, but it is true. Kathy and you ladies have used Journey and things like that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Nice sales thing. When you actually do it, you realize it is. Okay. So I did that because I was on that journey, not because I hear Kathy use that term. Yeah. If you're not doing it, it's just a term and you hear people in isogenics use it. When you actually do something like an Isabody challenge, you experience it. And then you realize, no, it really is something. It's not just a term that's used and popular. So.
Well, I wanted to thank you, Ed, for sharing that with your tremendous journey and transformation. That was too awesome.
Thank you.
And sharing all the little tidbits along the way is really going to help me because, you know, up until now, I have not finished or completed an Isabody challenge. So I'm excited to do that. And I wanted to ask you.
The last month is the hardest, Pat. I mean, again, I plateaued too, but I did keep going and finished it. But, I wasn't cleansing. I wasn't running. I wasn't doing the exercise, but I kept the eating profile going. But it's hard. And I'm not going to say it isn't. It's like, God, this is the third month. I still got another month to go. But
he's always gotten discouraged that last month. And in past years, he would battle with me actually saying, well, there's no point in me finishing because I didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
But what happened is those times where he did go ahead and at least do the pictures, he actually saw a difference. Yeah. Whereas he would have never believed that he had made any difference at all had he not done those final pictures. It's amazing.
And I just say that, just say that to encourage you. Yeah, go ahead and finish.
Well, the truth of the matter was not that I just actually really forgot that I was in the Isabody challenge is why I didn't finish. I just forgot and that's due to not staying plugged in to the Isabody group and so on. One other thing that I do remember that I used to share with people that were joining Isogenics and talking about the Isabody challenge, I wanted to encourage them that it is not the biggest loser challenge. So, to your point, Ed, it's about transformational journey and not necessarily the humongous weight loss.
Well, it's my favorite slide in all of the presentation, the Isabody presentation, when we get to if you're age 30, if you're age 40, you're age 50, is the guy on the left who only lost 6 pounds. Mm-hmm. You know which one I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. I mean, his body transformation was massive, but as Elizabeth was saying, he obviously added so much muscle that there wasn't a lot of weight to give up. He gave up a lot of weight that isn't registered because he replaced it with heavier muscle. Because I mean, his physique is just phenomenal for what? Isn't he in the 60 age group? If I remember which slide he's in, but he only changed 6 pounds. I mean, so yes, the scale is important. But now I'm going to start this next one at the 185 area. If I get down to 180 in that next 4 months, I mean, I'm shooting for right around between 175 and 180 anyway, as a final destination, however many challenges it takes. I anticipate each challenge. Okay. Well, I mean, just look at this year. I went 222 to 196. So I lost 20 something pounds. This time I lost 11. I kind of expect the next one I'm only going to lose about 6 because it's going to be easier to replace with the muscle. The muscle is going to replace it, so I'm not going to see that number drop as much. And I think that's another mental thing you got to get over. Hey, I lost 25 the first time, and I actually, if you go back and look when I started tracking this at the beginning, I thought I was going to lose 20 pounds because I lost 25 the first time. I must be going to lose 20 or 25 this time. No. It depends. Now, if I'd started at 300 pounds, I would have expected to lose another 100 as I went down. But I'm 5'10", just for people. I'm 5'10", so an ideal weight for me is going to be in the 170 to 180 range. Anyway, when I got sick one year and I went through another programs I did it for a news story. As well, it was when St. Anthony Hospital first came out with their SCORE program of nutrition and exercise and counting stuff and reading labels. And I did it as a news story and did it for 3 months. And then the twins were born, which was stressful. I dropped down to like 140 something pounds. I had that runner's neck look. I mean, my Adam's apple stuck out like to here. And I looked sick. I was toothed at my like that. And that was too low a weight for me. So I don't want to do 6 challenges and lose 10 pounds every time and get down to 140. That's not going to be healthy for me. So, I think this program does that. It's not going to, because it's not I'm not starving on this program. I'm eating. So my body's going to respond that way. You're slowly getting down to that premium weight that you want to be at. And I have no doubt that if I ever say I get to 175, I might do a challenge and I'll still be at 175 at the end of it, but I'm still going to see some transformation in other areas.
And you'll still get a $200 coupon.
Yes, I will. And a t-shirt.
Not, get it.
Yeah. The best thing about it, the Isabody challenge, mine ended on the 12th. So that was 2 days ago as we record this. I've still gotten on the scale just as many times as I did when I was doing the challenge, because I want to make sure I'm maintaining it, that I don't, hey, it's over. Who said, where's the Dr. Pepper? I'm not going there. And I'm into the habit, and I'm still getting on the scale. I'm going to make sure that I don't, I'm because there's Christmas shopping, and like today I've got a dentist appointment, and tomorrow I've got another appointment, and Wednesday I got another. So I'm going to be moving around. Yesterday I had to eat out, which was the first time I've done that in a long time. And that's in my head. I'm like, I better get on the scale today and make sure that was okay. And I checked it out, and we know a few places where the food is a better quality and you're going to get a higher quality when you eat out. So, you're in the habit, and you're right. Even though you're not in a challenge now, because you've been in them, you've got that maintenance mentality, and it does change your mentality a lot. And Pat, you've got a mentality of don't finish these things. So you need to get over that one. So we're going to help you over that hurdle. Because once you finish one, it's like cake.
And I did say until now.
Okay.
Yes.
Noted.
I got an accountability crew right here.
That's right.
Looking at all of you.
That's right.